Hello everyone. We have a little bit of a different setup, if you couldn't tell, for today's episode. We're in my backyard. I know, very exciting. It's perfect weather out. It's like in the 60s. I love 60s and 70s weather. It's absolutely amazing. Best weather. Perfect PA stuff. I think there's an animal moving behind me. Yeah. So, we're in the backyard. We're going to talk about the Eagles, the Flyers, the Sixers. And, we're going to have a good time. And I'm outside. And, it's going to get dark soon. And I really don't want to be out here in the dark. So, let's roll the intro. We are going to start it off with the Eagles as they played Thursday night, and it was a lot closer of a game than a lot of people expected it to be. But it was still a loss, because of course it was. The Eagles spotted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a 21-point lead, then rallied to close it to within 6, but it was too late, and Tom Brady and the Bucs left Lincoln Financial Field Thursday night with a 28-22 win. Moral victory, keeping it close? Nope. Because maybe with some decent play calling, the result would have been different. A lot different. We'll get to the running stuff later and everything else. The loss dropped the Eagles down to 2-6. This is 2 games in a row that Jalen Hurts was ineffective throwing the football. And again, the blame goes equally with head coach Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni's aimless play calling and Hurts' own struggles. Sirianni just doesn't have the ability right now to consistently call plays that give Hurts a chance to get into a rhythm. And Hurts, for the second straight week, missed too many open receivers. This is the worst pass defense in the NFL. The Buccaneers are, allowing 314 yards per game, and Hurts just wasn't able to take advantage. He was 12 for 26 for 115 yards, one touchdown, 1 interception, and a 55.8 passer rating. Yes, he can make some incredible plays with his legs. And his running and scrambling late in games has gotten the Eagles back into 2 games they trailed by double digits. But until he evolves as a passer, it's going to be very difficult for the Eagles to win many games. He's not seeing the field, he's not making smart decisions under pressure, and he's just flat out missing open guys. Other than a 25-yarder to Devontae Smith, a 24-yarder to Quez Watkins, and a 16-yarder to Zach Ertz, we'll get to Zach Ertz later by the way, he didn't have a completion longer than 6 yards on Thursday night. He has to be better, and Sirianni does too. I can't help believing Sirianni needs to hang up play calling and hand the job to someone else, at least for a few weeks, so he can step back and regroup as a play caller. There's a lot of talent on this offense, and it's being largely wasted. Sirianni just has no flair for this. No idea how to keep a defense guessing. Nothing inventive or creative. The offense seems to be chucking the ball deep and hope for a pass interference or let Hurts take off. There's no shame in stepping away from play calling. As a matter of fact, Andy Reid did it a few times. He said it gave the offense a fresh perspective, which the Eagles desperately need, and also allowing him to focus on other aspects of being a head coach on game day. Yeah, the Eagles got rolling at the end of the last 2 games. The last one against Carolina that they ended up winning. But it's a little too late, especially against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it was incredible to see Miles Sanders rolling in the 4th quarter. Finally, after just getting 4 carries, 4, in the 4 carries in the first 3 quarters, he was 5 for 50 in the 4th quarter. The Bucs have the best rushing defense, but they couldn't stop him, because he's a really, really talented running back. And the only person in the stadium and really in Philadelphia that doesn't seem to realize this is Sirianni. until it's too late. How on earth do you ignore Sanders week after week until the final minutes? This is 2 weeks in a row that Sanders was the Eagles' biggest weapon at the end of the game after being ignored most of the day. Sanders had one carry in the first half when the Bucs rolled out to a 21-7 lead. Imagine if he got the ball earlier. It's a completely different game. I'm still not ready to give up on this defense. It might sound ridiculous after they allowed 28 points, but they actually played well after those first 2 quick Tampa touchdowns. Allowing 14 points on Tampa's last 9 drives and at least keeping the team in the game is good. As the game went on, they began covering, tackling, and pressuring better as the game went on. I just said that. After playing 35 minutes on Sunday, they played 40 minutes Thursday night on defense. If your offense is so bad, you have to play 40 minutes against Tom Brady, and you allow 28 points. Hey, it could have been a lot worse. The Eagles have allowed 104 points to Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, and Brady, and 39 points to Matt Ryan, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Sam Darnold. The schedule gets easier from now on, and I want to see how they defend some teams that don't have an amazing offense. I think they're going to be okay. The Eagles were doing so well Thursday night with discipline. The league's most penalized team had just 2 penalties through 54 minutes. Then, with the Buccaneers lead down to just 6, the Eagles gaining momentum and the crowd finally getting charged up, Jannard Avery was penalized for taunting. That's 15 yards. Taunting. Really? With 6 minutes left in a 1-possession game against the defending Super Bowl champs? It was a questionable call, but still. At that point, the Bucs ran out the clock, and the lack of discipline this team continues to show is inexcusable. And that blame goes on Nick Sirianni. So that was it. Eagles are 2-4, heading into Week 7 in Las Vegas on Sunday afternoon against the Raiders. Now, just a day later, the Eagles finally pulled the trigger. The Eagles on Friday morning traded away one of their all-time great players in Zach Ertz. He's now an Arizona Cardinal. The Eagles traded the 30-year-old tight end for quarterback Tay Gowan and a 2022 fifth-round draft pick. I was in school when this happened. I was talking to my friend, and I guess he has an NFL notification thing on his computer, and in the bottom right of his screen, a little notification popped up. Shout out the news, and I just went like this. And he saw it too, and he knew what I was talking about. I tried not to cry. I actually had to go to the bathroom and get my feelings out. It was emotional. It was because Ertz is kind of one of the big reasons I started watching football and started getting into the Eagles. So it was a bit of an emotional roller coaster. Ertz on Thursday night played the final game of his Eagles career at Lincoln Financial Field and was noticeably emotional as he left the field. He knew going into the game that it would be his final as an Eagle. That's why he was one of the captains for the coin flip before the game. It's a hard day, Eagles general manager Howie Roseman said. In terms of why we did this, it was about opportunity. Opportunity for the Eagles, opportunity for Zach as we move forward, Roseman said as he sat down with Ertz on Tuesday night, and Ertz was well aware the trade was likely going to happen. The Eagles took a risk by playing Ertz on Thursday night, but Ertz said it meant a lot to him to play in front of these Eagles fans one more time. Ertz finishes his Eagles career with 579 catches for 6,297 yards and 38 touchdowns. He will fall just 12 receptions shy of Harold Carmichael's franchise record of 589. This trade ends what has been a long 8-year saga between the Eagles and Ertz, but it ends on good terms, reportedly. Before the 2020 season, Ertz and the Eagles were unable to reach terms on a long-term contract extension, which created some aversion between the two sides and even led up to a blow-up between Ertz and general manager Howie Roseman at the NovaCare complex. Then Ertz had a down year in 2020 and said a tearful goodbye to fans in January, but he stuck around. On Friday, Ertz said he was happy he didn't end his Eagles career on that note. All offseason, it looked like Ertz was going to get traded, but no trade happened, and eventually he showed up to training camp with blonde hair and played in 6 games for the Eagles this season. Ertz handled the situation very professionally and said fences were mended and apologies were issued. It seems like he'll leave Philadelphia without much animosity toward the franchise. He always loved the city of Philadelphia. Ertz spoke for 17 minutes to reporters on Friday morning after the trade. It's very rare for players to speak after getting traded, but Ertz is a rare person, and he's a good rare person. This is home, Ertz said. Philadelphia is home. Ultimately, Ertz won't get to play his entire career in Philly, which is a shame. But he leaves behind an impressive legacy. He made 3 consecutive Pro Bowls, finished second all-time in career in receptions for the Eagles in their history, and he caught the game-winning touchdown in Super Bowl 52. Roseman said Ertz will one day be in the Eagles Hall of Fame, and his number 86 should be retired, but that's just my opinion. Ertz was a second-round pick, 35th overall, to Stanford back in 2013. He learned under Brett Selleck and eventually became the same type of mentor for 2018 second-round pick Dallas Goedert. With Ertz gone, the Eagles will likely prioritize getting an extension for Goedert, who is on a contract year and is still thought of as an exceeding player in the organization. To end this Eagles segment, thank you for everything, Zach. Alright, the Flyers started their season on Friday night. And in true Flyers fashion, they lost 5-4 in a shootout to the Vancouver Canucks. It took just 4 minutes and 12 seconds for the Flyers to get their first power play of the season. They weren't successful, but just a few seconds later, Joel Farabee fired one into the net for the first goal of the season. The rebounding puck bounced off Tucker Pullman and into the net at 6:15. The Flyers held a 1-0 lead after outshooting the Canucks 14-5 and out-hitting them 15-9 in the first period. And those numbers don't lie. The Flyers were dominant in the opening frame. There was really very little to complain with. Forecheck was strong, great puck movement in the offensive zone, and Carter Hart, while he didn't get a lot of work, looked sharp when he was tested. It was a well-deserved 1-0 lead for Philadelphia at the end of 20 minutes. And then at 2:36 of the second period, the Canucks answered. Vasily Podkolzin shot one right over the glove of Hart to tie this one up at 1. Keith Yandel got pulled over too far to his right on that rush and then couldn't fight through a pick, giving Podkolzin way too much time and space to skate the puck down and pick his spot. Also, it was a great shot by Podkolzin. Just 1 minute and 31 seconds later, the Canucks took the lead. Canucks had a high sticking penalty that turned into the Elias Pettersson goal. The puck bounced off the wall, off back of Hart's escape, and in. Unlucky bounce. It was a bad second period. Through 12 minutes and 22 seconds for Philadelphia. Nothing was going well on special teams. And to make it worse, Ivan Provorov went to the box for a delay of game. Cam Atkinson got a good steal in the neutral zone during the penalty kill and gave it to Nate Thompson, who had a short-handed breakaway, but it was shut down by Demko. Atkinson is a great penalty killer, exactly what this team needed. After the Flyers were called for too many men on the ice, there was 34 seconds of a 5-on-3. Hart made an amazing save on the first shot from Alex Chiasson, but he kept digging and got it past Hart to make it 3-1 Vancouver. And it went down as a 5-on-3 goal for Vancouver. The Flyers killed the other penalty, thankfully. And I did not have fun writing that paragraph. Cam Atkinson got his first goal as a member of the Flyers at 12:17. He drilled one from a backdoor feed from Joel Farabee. And then 17 minutes and 7 seconds, the Canucks made it a 4-2 game. After Yandel forgets how to hold a hockey stick, Art forgets how to hug the post again and loses sight of the puck. JT Miller snuck it behind him, and that was a goal. The second period was brutal for the Flyers, obviously. Vancouver outshot the Flyers 13-10 in the second. 4 goals, a snipe, a weird bounce, a 5-on-3, and a brutal angle shot. Had the Flyers playing catch-up in the final frame, defensive effort was honestly not that bad. But that doesn't really matter. 4-2, Canucks going into the final frame. Hart was pulled 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 3 minutes 30 seconds left in the period for the extra attacker. And this period was a sleeper until about that time. Slashing on Oliver Ekman-Larsson gave the Flyers a power play with 2:24 left. Konechny, who drew the penalty, got the score to make this a 1-goal game. Seconds after, the captain tied it up to force overtime. In overtime, as the lights behind me turn on, Vancouver dominated the possession time but couldn't get anything done. We went to a shootout in round 1. Couturier tried to deke out Demko, who is the Canucks goalie, by the way, but goes wide. Pettersson finally got one past Hart to give the Canucks an edge. In round 2, Drew almost got across to beat Demko, but he got the pad out. Miller did the same thing, but he scored. That was it. The Flyers lost 5-4, and they started the season. Oh. Alright, for the Sixers, I'm going to try and make this quick, but Ben Simmons had a lot go down. A lot. Oh, lights are flickering everywhere. A lot happened with Ben Simmons. To start, his why am I blanking on the word right now? His agent. That's the word, right? We're going to go with it for right now. I don't know why I'm blanking on it. Worked out a deal with the Sixers for him to come back. And, well, on Monday, he came back to Philadelphia. He practiced a little bit. But, what happened Tuesday of this week, and probably when this video goes up, will be talked about in the later episode. So, it's crazy Ben's back. But it's whatever. There's a lot more that's going down. They open the season Wednesday night in New Orleans. We'll have everything that goes down. That went down Tuesday, which I'm currently filming this video on Tuesday. That'll be uploaded next week in next week's video. So, that's all I have for you today. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you like what I post on this video. I'll try and get it on every Monday. Mondays have become a very tight window. I've strangely gotten busy on Mondays. I made it Mondays because first to start off the week, I get everything out from the past week, and second, I was free until, of course, the week I started this video. I started this series. I had something come up on Monday. Of course. course. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Comment what you thought on last week's news, and what do you think the Sixers are going to do? How do you think the Eagles are going to fare against Las Vegas? How do you think the Flyers are going to play? Airplane thinks the Eagles are going to win on Sunday. You never know. PhillySportsReports.com in the description. Twitter, Instagram, everything else down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you guys later.